I could make a video every day about the fleshly temptations that are prevalent in this world that we live in. It's everywhere. It's on these screens, it's in the cities. You walk outside on your way to work. Everything in this reality seems to kind of revolve around this materialistic Venus-like aspect. I'm just trying to put it into words the best way that I possibly can. There are temptations out here that try to pull you out of your path, and it's very subtle. And I'm going to talk about the danger of the subtle evil energies because we know what's right. We have an idea in our minds about what we must do to stay on path, to stay on this journey without getting pulled off of it. But how do we get pulled off of it? It's very subtle. One thing that doesn't help you is to become overly tense, angry, furious, because all of this anger and friction, it's going to build up and it'll lead to drowning. It'll lead to this sort of falling in frequency, falling in vibration, and then you will be taken off of your course. We have this, we are capable of living a structure that we set in our minds. Now, a ridiculously high percentage of people live their lives as slaves, essentially, meaning that they're not creating their own structure. They're being told where to go and when to be there. This is mostly for work purposes. And this is how you are controlled. Now let's talk about how we get controlled in the first place, because there are ways to break out of this chain, this leash that keeps us in a bondage mentally, and as a result, we're physically living out the results. So when we're able to cut off these lower desires, I call it sacrificing these fleshly desires for lower purposes. They do not hold any real meaning. They take up weight. So even if you're not out there physically experiencing these desires, if you spend time thinking about it, fantasizing about it, imagining what it could be like, this is taking up energy. This is taking your currency. And the more currency they can take from you, the more that they are controlling you, these entities. And it's blatant. And I can continue making videos about this because this is the prevalent theme that's going on, that I'm noticing. We are capable of being completely free and autonomous beings, but the way that this world is set up, it is to control us. And in order for us to be agreeing to these terms, we got to be mentally in a state where we're giving into this, where we are conforming to this protocol. Now, the currency and money are exactly correlated. It's precise. They need to drain you of your energetic currency. The more that you become in tune with yourself and you protect and preserve your energetic currency, the more you will thrive in terms of being wealthy. Like the financial markets, the money, this all has to do with currency. And it runs people's lives, because why do people go to work? You're being controlled because you think that you need to have money, and so you agree to these terms, like I just said, the protocols, because you're in a state of lack when it comes to this. I know firsthand, when I give into these lower desires, these lower thought forms, it robs you of your energetic currency, and guess what? It robs you of your physical currency as well. It's somehow, you may not realize it. It's subtle, like I said, but it'll absolutely impact you negatively when you fall into lower desires, lower thought forms, because it's taking up your time. When you're engaged with who you are and you preserve this currency, and this is your precious gold, it's spiritual gold essentially. When you protect and preserve it, there are no entities that can rob you of it. You'll become aware of it, and you'll recognize this endless stream of currency that is within you, and it'll be projected outwards as well. So you'll have this currency, and you won't be able to be controlled. This is the way that I see it. So next time anyone talks about money or banks or anything to deal with financial matters, understand that it all emanates from currency. It's a huge, huge thing to understand. And I'm telling you right now, you're not going to be able to be controlled. You will be able to live the life and have a structure where you can decide, I'm going to wake up today and I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this workout at this time. Then I'll have the freedom to go here at this time. No one's going to have the ability to tell you where you have to be at a certain time. And the way that this world is set up, like, it doesn't have people thinking and recognizing their true value of their that energetic current. The vital life force energy is what I have described it many times in these videos. Vital life force energy. They need to rob this of you, and it's very subtle how they do it. Because as much as I talk about it, I have found myself falling into that trap. But the more you grow and go through these experiences, the less you should be able to allow these forces to rob you of it. This is because you realize how essential it is. It's precious. It's something to not take for granted. It's not something to mess with. You know, when you fall into lust, for example, and this is a very, very important example that I thought of. I've heard others kind of mention it before. Lust destroys magic. It destroys anything that is pure, of the essence of something that's meaningful, that's profound. Think of sunlight. When you're lustful, you go out and you want to use that life force energy to pursue some desire, right? The sun represents the sine waves, and it represents your basically semen, the sunlight. I mean, if you look at the Leo astrology sign, zodiac sign, the sunlight, it literally represents that semen. So this is your vital life force energy. If it's just being used for nothing, you're killing it off. You're basically using this precious vital life force energy to pursue that desire, and I'm shaking my head because it's going to lead to a disaster. You're going to be robbed. It leads to all these sensations like shame, guilt, frustration, depression, and you don't want to be stuck there. Vital life force energy. When the sun is able to shine and essentially help the trees grow, the leaves, and there's blossoming, and those leaves are used to help the fruits grow on the tree. The leaves can be used for healing purposes, and it's designed to heal and flourish people, beings. So understand how vital life force energy is precious. That's what I'm trying to get here. And I'll continue to make videos about this because it's that important. It's that important. There's no other way to put it. Because this world, this is a materialistic Venus-like world, which means it's all about sex, and it's all about money, it's all about power and the pleasure, and the world doesn't teach you how to embody this life force energy and recognize how pure and sacred it is, because it truly is, and it's got to be recognized.